All right, it's the Rundown live from Vegas. We are brought to you by High Noon. We got the El Prez pack right there. John, you want to do a little showcase showdown?
Sure.
Showcase some...
passion fruit, pineapple, pear, tangerine.
Dave says that's the greatest pack of High Noon on the planet Earth.
With Dave on the side of the case too, and
Yeah.
there's a
Those
QR
are his
code.
4 choices.
I like how the artist took about 20 years off Dave on it. That was nice of them. Took a lot of Miami pool days off.
That's definitely Millmore that did that.
Yeah, it is.
It has to be Millmore.
Everyone knows he's the tastemaker, so he chose the 4 flavors to go in that pack. Again, passion fruit, pineapple, pear, and the all-new tangerine. So you can get that in your stores. You can get it delivered. And it's got Dave's face on it, so it's like a collector item. You can scan the QR code on the side and have El Prez virtually join your party.
Hell yeah.
That's something.
Holy shit.
And the 12-pack is here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Go to highnoonspirits.com to find the nearest El Prez pack near you and party with it this week for the big game. We are in Vegas.
Speaking of Dave, I got a text right before this rundown started from a someone Jason put us in touch with at Vermont, the mountain. I guess Dave is going there this weekend. This guy is a concierge of type there.
Sure.
And I got a text, what would you recommend to make Dave's stay special? So I'm wondering, what do you guys think I should say?
We'll put the topics on hold for a second. If you had to plan a day for Dave Portnoy, what would you do to make it enjoyable for him? Boy, that is...
I was thinking the other way. I was thinking, what should we tell him that Dave loves?
He absolutely
ruin
loathes.
it.
Really does not enjoy.
Just a deluge of. But honestly, he doesn't mind people coming up to him. It's not like he needs to be isolated or anything like that. Water pressure, he's always been big on.
Yeah.
Water pressure and air conditioning.
Water pressure and air conditioning.
Yeah.
Water pressure, air conditioning, pizza are the only things I know that Dave... Gambling and those 3 things are the only things I know he likes. Everything else is a total toss-up. Does Dave ski? No. Does Dave like the après-ski scene? I don't know.
I'm guessing Dave has said this publicly, and that's how this person knows. If he hasn't said it publicly, let's probably just take us all out.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Or just bleep out where it is.
Yeah.
The last thing in the world I would ever want to do is have to plan to be responsible for plan the day to make Dave happy. You never fucking know. You never know what it could go wrong. I'd be like, Dave, we're going to the track to bet on horses, and something would go wrong.
Yeah.
Whose fucking idea was this?
Yeah. Maybe
Dave loves it when you talk to him exclusively in pig Latin.
Here's what you do. Tell him how much you're a Rico Bosco fan. Tell him how you think that Rico's content is the best.
But weirdly, I think he likes to talk about Rico. Like if you talk to him about Rico, he could talk about Rico for 6 hours straight.
That is
there's
true.
some shit, and then there's some shit he just does not want to hear about.
Never talk about it again.
Maybe I bet he likes a great dinner and some fancy wine.
Picking dinner spots is always a tough one too. That's always been if you miss on dinner, you're in trouble.
Steakhouse is safe, private room.
Yeah.
Type of steakhouse vibes.
Yeah.
I have some tricks for getting restaurants in different cities. If it has a utensil in its name, that's going to be a good restaurant.
Really?
Something spoon, the rusty fork or some shit like that. Those are going to be good.
Okay.
If it's something and something, if it's like pig and pear or something like that,
That's good.
That's going to be a good restaurant.
You know what I learned recently? I was watching a documentary on pubs, and they're talking about why a lot of bars and pubs are named like weird animals.
Yeah.
And it's because the drinking class historically is very illiterate. And you can't say meet me at a word. So it's got to
be a picture of an animal?
It's got to be
Meet
a
me at
recognizable logo. Here I'm at the fucking spotted pig or whatever. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Where's that? It's the one with the fucking spotted pig.
Up front. You idiot.
All right, let's get into some topics. Lisa Ann arrested in New York City at the Matt Rife concert. Real or fake?
Real. Definitely real.
Real or fake?
Well, it had never crossed my mind that it was fake until Kevin just brought it up and then explained to me a lot.
I'm thinking this is a publicity stunt.
I'm leaning towards
On
fake.
whose behalf? Lisa Ann's or Matt Rife's?
Neither. So the story goes that Lisa said they allege that she took her phone out or touched her phone in a comedy show. Matt Rife, not allowed to do that, and then got kicked out. Now, she was fully handcuffed and dragged out of the arena.
Right.
Immediately, that was up on her Instagram. It was tweeted about. She had a story that was a made video with her tweet in it. And then when she posted on Instagram, she collabed with a podcast called Pillow Talk, which is like a porn star podcast. So if you're collabing with somebody on Instagram, that to me usually is for publicity. So if all of a sudden within like minutes of the story coming out of her being arrested, she's got a collab post on Instagram with a porn star podcast, I'm starting to think that something is up right there. Because also, who else has ever been handcuffed and dragged out for the phone?
Well, that's what I was going to say, is in my experience, the NYPD doesn't participate in publicity stunts. So you got to go for it. Like they're going to arrest you.
They're definitely eating cheeseburgers in the cell like you guys were. They're definitely...
They like, I think, so now that I'm processing all of this, I think she actually got arrested.
But it's for publicity.
She meant to do it.
Got it. Yeah, that's maybe how I should have phrased it as. Because, yeah, those cops were like in uniform, looked like real handcuffs, real police officers, that shit, unless you're like full-blown hired actors. So I think that...
Why wouldn't Matt Rife stop this, though? Because I bet she did touch her phone. I bet she's lying about that. But it seems like she really got taken out of the concert. But why wouldn't he, like the crowd work genius, why wouldn't he just be like, oh, like, sweetie?
All the more reason, you know?
Yeah, just to drum it up a little bit.
And I'm sure Lisa Ann's been in contact with Matt Rife before, one way or another. Yeah. So I don't think this is something like, oh, I didn't know she was at my show.
Lisa Ann doesn't show up many places where people don't know Lisa Ann's there.
Dude, you can't go anywhere in America without knowing who Lisa Ann is. Now,
whenever Lisa Ann goes to on like a date with like a college athlete or something like that, or like a publicity stunt,
foul ball catcher.
Yeah. Or Mantis or something like that. Like, is she fucking these people?
I always wondered that if she. I feel like she doesn't fuck them.
I think she doesn't as well.
I think she's a classy lady.
I think Rochelle Ryan fucks him.
Huh?
I think Rochelle Ryan fucks him.
Rochelle Ryan.
I think Rochelle Ryan's very public about like I fucked that entire baseball team. I don't think
we're talking out of school here.
Yeah. That guy, I've had no personal conversations with Rochelle Ryan there. I was like,
that sounds like a guy who's fucked Rochelle Ryan, right?
You didn't talk. It was all business. No conversations took place. You got right the fuck.
There are certain like Adriana Chechik was fucking Uber drivers for sure.
Yeah.
Lisa Ann was like, I have a podcast. I'm going on radio shows. I have like a whole second career. I'm doing this for publicity. I'm not fucking you. Oh, but actually, at the same time, I think if she wanted to, at the end of the night, she would.
Yes.
If it went well, she'd be like, all right, I'll fuck you. It's not like I won't, but I'm not going into it like, hey, we're definitely fucking.
Yeah.
But she also likes proximity to hot young boys, which I think is why she's at a Matt Rife show. She just wants to be like seen. She wants people to have the idea.
Ironically,
that she's
though,
fucking Matt Rife.
you don't go to a Matt Rife show to be around hot young boys.
That is, it's old.
We should go to a Matt Rife show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you clean up.
Right. Should go to a Shane Gillis show if you want to be around young men. Which is our next topic. Shane gets the nod for SNL, kind of closing the loop on the entire Shane Gillis SNL saga.
They should do an Asian podcast bit.
Him and Bowen Yang.
That would be so good. Is that guy still there?
Yeah.
Because he went hard, right?
I don't know if he did, but he was like like they were like, man, there's still been so much negative backlash about it because they're like, it's so unfair what Bowen had to go through. Like, I'm seeing these tweets and like Reddit posts of people like just so furious.
What did Bowen Yang have to go through?
It's like his moment was stolen by Shane Gillis, like getting like taken off the show.
Was Bowen a hired cast member at the same time?
Yeah, they both got hired simultaneously.
Oh, okay. So that's what. Okay.
Yeah.
I
It's awesome.
Would you go back on? If you're
him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's on his own belt to ass tour. He's like fucking. He's whipping everybody's ass right
Dude,
now.
I mean, he's the one right now. He's like took over the game. You know.
Not even just
I saw on BFFs. I'd actually heard this idea elsewhere. Maybe that person heard it from BFFs, but I saw a clip the other day of them talking about he's Taylor Swift for men.
The female, the male Taylor Swift.
And which I get as someone who loves both. I find myself on an island sometimes with Taylor Swift. Not on an island, but people will be like, you're a crazy person or whatever. And I can see the parallel as well.
I feel like
haphazardly.
Shane's comedy translates to women, though. I don't think it's like I don't think girls necessarily are like falling over for Matt Rife, but like if you see Shane Shane's act and you're a girl, you're like, this is fucking fun.
Almost 100% of my female friends love
Once
Shane.
you know, yeah.
But guys talk about Shane.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I think Taylor Swift the same way. Where
Right.
Guys like Taylor Swift.
Right. So
but
it's the obsessive fans of each are the weirdos.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
And I feel like it's a way to contextualize him to be like, dude, he's like, for guys, he's like the one. Like,
yeah.
guys are obsessed with him. And I think his podcast, maybe it used to be like very like insular. I feel like I talked about this with him one time on his show. Like I would put it on and my wife would be like, what is this?
Yeah, what
They're
are you
just talking
talking
about jerking off and farting the entire time. It's like very guys being guys type of shit. But he's fucking...
Dude, that and the Bud Light partnership.
He's on a rocket ship.
Is that real?
I don't know.
Yes.
It is real?
Yeah,
Yes.
It looks like it's me. He was at the distillery and everything, which is a very a smart move on their part to be like, because I'm sure they're still reeling from all their political shit, where it's like, okay, well, now what?
Yeah.
Now we got Shane.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Look, everybody drinks Bud Light.
Yeah, it's such a coup, and I'm sure that there'll be like more Super Bowl shit with it. Like it's like obviously the timing is very you could connect the dots. You know what I mean?
sure,
Like he's
for sure.
fucking just on top of the world right
On
now.
a magic carpet ride. So.
And I really think that like he went on everybody's podcast. Like I think he went on Blind Mike's podcast. Like he went on everybody's podcast. Like the entire time coming up, every comedian. Like he just like sowed the seeds of everybody being able to root for him.
It's a very weird thing when you're that good, and like it just goes to show that making it is more than just being good, because you have to like wait your time and like do it all the right way, because it was never like, oh, Shane really got good. It was like he was always lights out funny as soon as I like started to know his material, but you still just have to like get through the machine, get the country to know about, you know what I mean? It was never like anything changed with him. It was just more like the change came with the audience and like the whole industry.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and now he's rich as fuck.
now it's like fucking forget about it.
It is crazy too, like seeing his influence already. Where like you go to a comedy club, like every white guy is gonna joke about how he looks like he went from J6. He looks like, and like I don't feel like there was that kind of like conservative comedy.
Yeah.
I guess before Shane, and not that Shane's. I'm not saying that one way or the other, but the like. I feel like people wouldn't
Popularize
joke
that,
like
right.
Shane kind of was
Kind of paved that way.
made it funny, and then that made it okay for other people to be less funny about it, but do it.
But still do the
nonetheless.
act.
I think his first jokes that were going viral during the pandemic were, it was like Tim Dillon and him were both doing like very funny stuff, and it was on Twitter at the same time, but his jokes were like, Trump is funny. Like, it's funny. And everybody was so like, fuck this guy, fuck Donald Trump at the time, that it was almost like a revolutionary take to be like, hey, like, let's
But
take
it's
a step
just
back.
funny. Yeah.
This is funny.
I remember it was like a filmed camera from like a comedy club. It's probably right around the pandemic, like you're saying, and it was like him doing the like, are we all? There's enough time passed to say like, I mean, he wanted to nuke
A hurricane.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's
and it was
funny.
like, it wasn't booze, but it wasn't laughter either.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking funny the way he was saying it and what he was saying, and it's not a revolutionary idea, but he is definitely like the first like popular person I saw being like,
Be
hey,
conservative
this
now,
is fun.
especially like during this climate.
Yeah.
Like we can laugh at this. Mango RX is sponsoring the rundown as well, the premier telehealth platform providing free doctor visits for a seamless healthcare experience that is 100% online. Explore innovative treatments and unique formulas that redefine how you approach your healthcare. Trust in the expertise of our board-certified physicians when purchasing any of our products. Mango RX combines hard science with innovation, ensuring the highest standards in healthcare solutions. So start your free 100% online consultation today and begin your journey to better health with Mango RX. What else we got?
Grammys.
The Grammys were last night. Taylor announces a new album. She wins.
Queen.
Killer Mike sweeps all the big rap categories.
Gets arrested.
Gets arrested afterwards.
That's one I'm wondering, fake or real.
What I don't even really. I just saw the headline. I don't
It
know
was
the
like he
details
tried to
behind
like blow past security or something like that. Like, I don't know. It all seems so like overblown. That
I
I don't
did love that
understand.
speech though. Killer Mike's speech in the end was great when he was like,
Yeah.
"It's never too late. It's never too late."
And now, I mean, getting arrested at the Grammys, now he has like 3 more albums of shit to rap about.
Yeah.
Like
I've always-
I mean, Arrested at the Grammys is like the greatest
bar.
fucking album,
Yeah.
album title of all time.
Second greatest.
But behind what is it like the science, the group
The
of
the
angry
tortured
group of
poets or some
scientists?
shit.
Tortured Poet Society.
Yeah.
Good to see that Taylor's not going to be dramatic or anything.
Well, did you see that was her ex-boyfriend's group chat name?
Oh, that's funny.
It was the Tortured Men's Society or something like that. I forget exactly. It's something. It's definitely a play. In a Variety Actors on Actors, he was talking to Paul Mescal about how they had a group chat with, I always forget his name, the hot priest in Fleabag, Andrew Scott.
The hot priest.
I said hot. Stefan already had it out. They had. I forget exactly what their group chat was called, but it's very clearly the same thing.
A parallel.
Hove gave a speech, very honest speech about the Grammys and how they usually, for a long time, didn't get rap nominations right. He said a bunch of people are going to get robbed tonight. A bunch of people don't even belong to be in the conversation, which is, I think, very, very true about the Grammys. A lot of times there are people who are like, what song won?
Yeah.
And then there are people getting totally snubbed. And then there are people who are like, you shouldn't even be in these categories.
I think TikTok has vastly changed the discourse of what music is. I think this year I listened to less music than I've ever listened to before, and it was
Certainly less like albums.
Yeah, definitely
right?
not full
Like,
chunk albums. And like most of the songs that are popular this year, you're like, oh, I know that 15 seconds of it.
So what do you think about this with universal polling from TikTok? Do you think that helps or hurts?
I mean, I don't know what the deal was because everybody's like, in Trevor Noah's, in his monologue, he was like shame on TikTok for like stealing the money from all these people.
No,
That's supposed to be Spotify's job, which is a good joke.
Yeah. I was
That's a
gonna
good
say
joke.
there's nobody is like for the people of the music. All these people are fucking bloodsuckers, you know. But the other two major labels all apparently very quickly struck a fair deal with TikTok, and were like, we're good.
TikTok is
And then
how
Universal
music
was
grows
like,
now,
no.
though. Like TikTok
Well,
is
right,
how.
but so it's like I'm almost like happy about. Like I almost wish all music was off of TikTok because then you wouldn't be making your music for TikTok.
Yeah, but it's like a marketing
you're a
tool
young-
for the artist. So
Yeah.
it's like that's your social media page. Like, how do you
Yes.
get your new song out here?
Noah Kahan had a video being like, "Oh man, wouldn't it be terrible if you were like a young up and coming artist who used TikTok to grow your brand? That would be terrible if that was you."
Right.
Like,
So
like you're saying about TikTok is like, I'm sure it's what people said about radio. We're like, well, they're just trying to make radio hits, and like,
true.
it's kind of how
How it goes, yeah.
it goes, right?
But it's a little bit extreme to be like, you know, just make this like chorus. You know what I mean? Every song is 2 minutes. There's no song that's even like 3 minutes long anymore. You just have a chorus or
It's like a stream, like,
Ice Spice is a single line. You know, it's like just make one line and you have a
Ice
song.
Spice, the you know shit, you the fart.
Yeah.
You think you're the shit, you're not even a
Not
fart,
even
which is
fart.
great, by the way. I'm not hating that, but the world needs songs like that. But the world also needs some of the regular. But I mean, like, I think none of the amount of money. I think it was like $110 million or something like that, which is like peanuts. You know, like
If
we're
I was
talking
Noah
about-
Kahan or whatever, how do you say his name? Kahan?
I don't know. I say
I
Kahan,
say
but
Kahan, but
Kahan.
I don't know either.
I'm switching labels. I'm going to a different label. If I want my
Yeah,
shit to be on TikTok
right.
and my label's telling me it can't be because, like, what?
at this point, I don't know. I always go back and forth. Maybe you would know better being in music. Like, I guess they can get you, like, they make arrangements for your live shows and they get you studios and shit like that. But, like, aside from the physical stuff, what's the label doing for you?
Well, every label also does that. There's somebody at the label
Right,
who can
you
get
can
you
just-
studio time. There's somebody who can
Right.
book your live shows.
So,
like,
what does Universal do other than hold me back from the biggest social media platform?
And maybe you're locked into a certain number of,
Records.
with them, but at the same time, I
Like,
wouldn't.
yeah,
be
they would
chomping at
have
the
to
bit
be
sign with them.
They would have to be like, sorry about TikTok, but like, look, we're doing this. You know what I mean? They got to be making
Right.
it
What
up to you
other
in
thing
some
are
other
they doing?
ways.
They're like, oh, you're gonna. I mean, maybe it's a money thing. Maybe it's like you're gonna
pay you
get
more.
X, Y, and Z more money. But,
That would make me sign with Universal. Fuck TikTok if you just pay me.
but they're making money off TikTok too. Like it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I
they're
think
in a tough
Universal
spot.
said something like, TikTok is like point whatever % of our entire endeavor, which is yeah, of course, Universal's like the biggest fucking thing in the world. But for your artist, it's like, well, it might mean nothing to you, but it's like the most important thing in the
Can
world
they
right
not
now.
even be on TikTok, or they can't have
Their music. Oh yeah, I think you can still be on it, but all those songs, people dancing. Like Universal, I think has like a third of all music. It's like a lot.
And it's like where it's not only where your music gets out there, but it's like a hub for your fans to be fans of you. Like if you like, I mean, I know Zach Bryan plays like every song that he's gonna put out on social media before he puts it out.
Sure.
Like he just crushes it as part of the machine. So it kind of sucks for them. Miley Cyrus though, she won. That was sick. Billie Eilish also won. That was sick. I'm big fans of both.
They apparently she named everybody under the sun except for Billy Ray.
Yeah, I saw
That was kind of the big.
Yeah, there's
she was
something
like,
up with her
"Is there
dad."
anybody else?" I don't think I missed anybody at all. But she shouted out her mom, her sisters, she said like
Really?
everybody under the sun. So I don't know if that was a subliminal or a blatant shot. But Miley pulls down. So I mean, Taylor, Miley, Jay.
I gotta give a quick shout out Dante the Don, working in the Illuminati with Jay-Z.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have your Dante crazy hour. Check out the dog on Friday.
What happened?
Dante was just like, of course the officer's gonna have the Illuminati here, and it's Jay-Z.
Yo,
And then
when did this happen? When you were on the Blackout tour, was Dante crazy?
No.
I
Well,
always
yes,
thought
but not
Dante.
like this.
No, yeah, like he's like I thought he was like a normal dude. He's like I'm a DJ. We party. We play music. We fuck. We dance. We drink. Like normal shit. And then my second go round with him in the company is like he's a go bag panic room. You know.
that one right there,
Civil
you just
War's
scroll
on the
past,
brink.
is my favorite, where someone's like, look, they're throwing up the Illuminati sign in the front row. Jay-Z literally has that hand gesture trademarked as The Rock. I
mean,
look
come
at that. It's clear. Illuminati, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Jay-Z, I think he has a song called
Yeah, how
Rocks in the Sky.
Dante knows the fucking dynasty sign. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Or that Jay-Z would be the one of everybody in the show that's an industry plant. Not anybody else. He didn't even like put out any music this year. It's like
Crazy. What else we got? BodyArmor today is, we got BodyArmor all over the house. We got the BodyArmor Zero. We got BodyArmor Light. We got the BodyArmor Water. We got Fruit Punch here. This is good. Have you had this?
I've had the strawberry banana.
Lemon lime. This has 0 sugar, 0 calories, whatever, and tastes like. Look at that.
it's nice.
Like it's like you're. Like usually stuff that's 0 sugar is
Oh
like
my
yeah,
God.
right?
Take a whack of it. It reminds me of summer camp.
That's what I was gonna say. Like your sports drink in the summertime, like
Oh yeah, some bug juice.
for not having any calories. Usually you gotta like load it up with sugar to get that flavor. So I recommend the lemon lime, the fruit punch here. There's the 0 sugar. There's the regular. There's the orange,
Electrolyte one.
Electrolyte one that has the mango, orange, strawberry, all sorts, strawberry, orange, banana, all these flavors. And then we also just got the fat bottles of water with the perfect mouth.
Drinkability
Yeah,
mouth,
that wide mouth is key. So stay hydrated. No artificial sweetener. That BodyArmor Zero.
Electrolytes too. Like if you want to be hydrated, it's not just water. You need the electrolytes.
Yep. So available in stores nationwide, or you can head over to the BodyArmor store on Amazon and get yours today. I don't really care about that. Do we have anything else?
Pat Mahomes' dad DUI.
I mean, I don't think we.
I just can't
Put
believe
him
he's
on
only
blast.
53.
Pat Mahomes' dad was a Met, so
Was he?
yeah. Pat
What?
Mahomes,
In
yeah.
the 80s, right?
No, in like 2000s, like early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
shit, I didn't realize it was
I think he was on the 2000 World Series team.
Really?
Yeah.
He's 53.
I guess if he's 53,
That's
yeah, how
so
can you-
young.
Yeah. So like I've always had this weird thing where it's like I kind of sort of root for Patrick Mahomes because of that. He's facing jail time this time. Like, first of all, he's not going to jail. Come on.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is gonna be like, you're not sending my dad to jail.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's America. If we can't prop up our quarterbacks and make sure that your dad doesn't have to go to jail for drinking a couple pops, then what is this country at all?
Well, I'll say this. We're going to talk GOAT talk. Tom Brady's dad gets a DUI. Big story. Big story. We're not doing, I don't want to talk about it. We're doing fucking, is he a good dad? How did he
What did Peyton Manning's dad do?
No, but Tom Brady's dad, there's nowhere he's going where he's getting a DUI.
Yeah.
Where does
That's
he
a good
live?
point.
California.
Yeah, he
he's-
gets pulled over.
There's
on
no
Tom.
way.
I think Pat Mahomes deserves the same treatment too. Pat Mahomes Sr. So let him live.
Let him live. Let CJ Stroud's dad out.
Yeah.
Free the dads. If you become a quarterback,
Isn't that though? Weren't people like, yo, free CJ Stroud's dad? It's like,
don't.
I think it's like don't. I think it's like don't free them. Don't free them at all. We'll do Joel Embiid a second. Are you up on Adin Ross and his live streams at all?
With the 21 Savage stuff?
21 Savage, and then what happened with Playboy Cardi last night?
What was
Big
that?
week for Adin Ross. So 21 Savage, this was a couple days ago. They were playing games on a live stream, and they started drawing cards. Whoever draws the highest card wins. And these guys allegedly do it for monster money. So there was like $250K on the line, and 21 Savage beats him like 1,000 times in a row. Every card he's pulling is a 10, and he won like $250,000 off of him. Somebody points out that the cards are marked, and then on the live stream, Adin Ross looks at it, and he's like, and he shows it to 21 Savage. He's like, look at this. Like, look, see this mark? Like, the 6 doesn't have it. Like, this queen does. And you see 21 Savage, like, leans in, and he's like, oh, bro. And he realizes he's caught, and he's like, so what do you want to do about this? And Adin Ross is like, just get me back on 2K. We'll just bet on 2K. And he's like, all right, cool. And 21 Savage says that someone on his team was the one who went ahead and did that. But if you're the one drawing the cards,
There's
you
also
have to
footage.
know.
There's also footage of 21 Savage being like, these cards, get like out of here. There's like footage of him like.
I also saw footage of him very, like, if it's like draw a card, you just grab one. I saw footage of him being like, looking through the pile, and it's like, dude, bro, just take one. So,
If 21 Savage is doing that kind of stuff too, this sounds like the fakest thing of all time.
so
Well, this is
then,
also a guy who's British and pretends to be from Atlanta. Like, we're shocked that this guy's pretending to be.
But I
something
mean, like
he's
the stream, like if he would be more subtle. If he knows on a live stream, he wouldn't be like, "Yo, don't."
So that's where. So Adin Ross in general has done shit before with Drake, where he like, you know that what's the? They do some gambling thing online,
Right.
And he hit for like $2 million, and Drake was on FaceTime with him, and it's like, and everyone was like, this is the biggest publicity stunt ever. So I don't think he's above any of these publicity stunts. Then fast forward to Grammy night, he allegedly paid Playboy Cardi $2 million and flew him out on a private jet and gave him a Ferrari to come on his live stream. Playboy Cardi shows up in a weird mask, goes on the stream for 6 minutes. Adin Ross gives him a fat duffel bag of cash, and he just leaves. And Adin Ross is like, oh, all right, you're gonna leave now? Okay, man. Like, what can I do about it? Comes back on the stream and is like, you know, you guys can tell me, you can put L's in the chat all you want. Like, we paid him, we were gonna do a deal with him, and he just bounced. So I don't know. The whole thing, the streaming world to me is like the new frontier that I'm like too much of an old man. I'm like, I don't know what's what. But all of it feels like a publicity stunt to me.
Yeah.
Why would 21 Savage agree to be like, all right, we could do a publicity stunt where I look like a thieving, cheating idiot?
That's that's where it doesn't make much sense. So
He was trying to. I think.
but also like why? Like it's a lot of money, but it's like to be like, all right, let's scam Adin Ross out of like $200,000 on cards seems ridiculous too. Like,
But I
that's
think
so
that they
stupid.
gamble like that. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that he was legitimately like scamming him.
Yeah, that I could-
Really?
I think that it's
Because he
I-
also was like he would be like cocky about it. He'd be like,
call me dad.
call me
now.
daddy, call me dad. I say dad now. We're about to flip it over. He was so confident he was going to win every time. But how stupid do you have to be to say it wasn't me that marked the cards, someone else did it. But if you're the one drawing them, you're looking for the marked cards. If you were just grabbing random and like, you know, you didn't know. But, dude, the streaming world is like, man, we missed the boat on that one. We probably should have been streaming 5 years ago. These guys are making so much fucking money.
That's why, yeah.
To just like hang out.
Giving away money. They're just like giving like duffel bags of money to each other.
I wonder if it's a bigger thing. That's where like if 21 Savage is like makes me look like a scheming scammer. But there's somebody named Eddie who I think maybe runs the Kick streamer or whatever.
Well,
maybe if you're
Adin
talking
Ross-
about monster money, like we need to fabricate some drama here, so you got to be the scammer, but you get fucking $5 million.
I think Adin Ross owns 30% of what is it? Kick, right?
That's what they were going to offer Playboy. They said like we had Playboy, we had Cardi set up with like a new deal, massive money. It was supposed to like all go down like after this, and he just bounced off the stream. So again, I'm like, I don't know. We're talking about it. It's all.
Yeah.
Some of these streamers are the worst people alive. Specifically, Jack Doherty.
I don't know that one. What does he do? What does he do?
Any of you know who this dude is? Every clip you'll see of him will be worse than the next clip.
What does he do?
He's like a 13-year-old looking kid who just like he has like security guards and he just walks around and like fucks with people. and he'll be like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And then his like 6'6" black security guard will have to like get in their face and shit like that. Like he's always starting a fight. He's always getting in some trouble. He is like,
And he makes bank.
He's 100%, and he's like the perfect personification of the worst.
That
human
haircut
being.
is
like
terrible.
He's like the funnel of society, like just drawing to the absolute dregs.
Is that dude his security guard? That big black guy? Yeah. That's the guy he walks around with? That's hilarious, though.
And he has a bunch of them.
So, yeah, this guy sucks. But like the other dude, like Kai Cenat and those guys who are just like,
Kai Cenat's the man.
We just like play video games and listen to music, and sometimes celebrities show up and we make like money hand over fist. It's incredible.
Yeah, I Show Speed, the man.
Yeah, so then 21 Savage called up and was like, he's on the stream. He's like, you gave Playboy Cardi $2 million? He's like, well, how come you didn't pay me? I would be like, motherfucker, you just scammed me out of $250,000. So the whole streamer thing right now is absolutely bananas. I'm sure some of it's fake, some of it's real, but all of it is very real money. So we need
We got in the world.
I mean, it's lights out for someone like me. I'm old and shit. Just put me out to pasture. But if you were young, like I mean, if Brianna did a stream or some shit like that, if you're young and you can play video games or just you gotta be wild charismatic to just put on the camera and be confident that you're like, just you fucking around is gonna be enough for hundreds of thousands of people are watching. There was 400,000 people waiting for the Playboy Cardi thing. And they're just like talking. They're just like talking and being weird on stream. It's the epitome of the internet being like a bunch of weirdos. That's what streamers are. So, all right. So we'll be here all week. Oh, and Joel Embiid, I saw he hurt his knee. Is he out?
He's getting surgery. He'll be out for months. I don't know. Sucks a big fat dick. But
Official
I don't think he's done for the season. But
you don't think he's done for the season?
I think he'll be back in like the playoffs or something like that.
Well, he usually shines there, so we'll be good. Things always go well for the Sixers in the playoffs, so we'll be fine.
Oh my God, it sucks so bad. But I was saying earlier, if the Sixers can't do it, I hope the Knicks do.
Dude, the Knicks, that trade, I've never seen a trade flip things so fucking fast, man. And then you see LeBron with the Knicks towel the other night.
Yeah.
In his post game, he put like very clearly a Knicks towel around his shoulders. It's like crazy, dude. That they went from like a good team to being like, oh, they might be like just one piece away now because OG changed everything like overnight. I've never seen a trade work that quickly. Some people were upset. A lot of people like grew to like RJ Barrett. They were like, we still think he has a future here.
Because they drafted RJ
Emmanuel
too.
quickly was like, what?
They drafted quickly and Barrett.
Yeah, so it was like they want that to work. And then within like a week, they won like 11 of 13, and it was like, okay, never mind, we're good.
We're sick.
Have fun. Yeah. So yeah, that should be interesting. But man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible. But whatever. Hopefully, the Sixers will probably make some kind of move, or it would be my guess, and get somebody else, try and win enough games to make it to the playoffs, get Embiid healthy.
Were you confident this year?
More than I've ever been in my life.
I don't even want to make fun of you, man.
It sucks
I don't
so
want to
bad.
kick you while you're down, because this one did feel like a.
You can't
or at
make
least,
fun of me.
At least it felt like, if it's not now, it's never. Like this is.
And
I
that's
kept
what's
thinking,
also setting in.
Yeah, but I've been saying. I feel like I've been saying that for years, being like, yo, they had their shot, their window's closed, and Embiid just keeps that motherfucker open.
Right. He's scoring 70 points and shit.
70. Something's got to be up though. Like there was like 4 people who scored over 60 points that week. That's crazy.
Yeah, Steph just did it again.
Yeah, like at some point, I don't know.
Might
if it's
be
a
easy
rule
to score in the NBA. NBA might be
Dude,
easy.
at what point do we raise the hoop?
That's
Think about
dope.
it. Like it's the same shit when people we make fun of like when Bob Cousy's like dribbling the ball all funny and shit. It's like those guys are playing on the same shit. Put it at 12 feet.
That'd be
We'll
sick.
see who can really fucking ball.
Yeah, see who can really dunk.
Change the game.
Or lower it, just get 200-point games.
No, there's an Instagram account I follow that is I think it's called Legacy League. They just have a full-blown league of 8-foot. It's like a men's league with 8-foot hoops. It's awesome.
Sick.
It's so
Slam
awesome.
ball.
They have people filming all your highlights. They do like stats and everything, and it's just like washed up athletes who are throwing it down and doing alley-oops and shit. It's great.
It's amazing.
All right, that's it for us. So everybody will have Barstool Live.
Wait, I got one more question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You think that Ohio Tate should have to come to New York?
Oh, I didn't think about that. He's full time. He's got to like go somewhere, right?
Yeah.
He can't just stay in.
You think he should have to?
I mean,
come?
yeah, he has to.
I
guess-
think I would think he goes to shoot. I don't know what full time.
But like his whole
rural.
you know, his whole thing is Nate and Kelly.
I would think he goes to Chicago.
Probably just because of proximity and all the shit
Are
going
you
on
saying
there.
he has to come for a week, or he has to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
full-time?
He has
He's
to
at
come
least
do
got
his-
to. He should.
show face.
He can go wherever he wants. You know, you get to decide your own life choices.
Yeah.
But his full-time like announcement should be in New York.
Yeah.
Like with Nate, with Kelly, do all that, and then you go back
You
home.
gotta
I
make
would think they're not
content out of
gonna do
that shit. Huh?
I would think they'd be like, I'm not doing that.
Probably. I mean, where would they do it?
I don't know.
Dave's shutting shit down.
What is the story?
Dave's like Diddy in Making the Band, closing down the studio.
Yeah.
Everybody
Walk to
out.
juniors.
What is the story with his refusing the rundown?
Who?
I think Nate tweeted that like
Dave or Tate?
Tate. Nate
Won't do the rundown?
Nate wanted to do a rundown with him, Kelly, and Tate on Friday.
Well, up until he went. This is after he went full time.
Yes.
Oh, because I was gonna say his whole thing is.
Is this the first rundown since he went full time?
It might be. So I'm glad we're talking about it before the rundown gets canceled.
Yeah, it's good. Is this someone who does a rundown? No. Is this the first rundown since?
I think
'Cause
it
maybe
is.
we should talk about it more. Was it Friday or Thursday? I know Nate. I don't know. I think Nate tweeted that he wanted to do a rundown with him, and he said Tate said
The pressure is on Tate for sure. Like if you go full time and you don't have this excuse anymore, you're gonna be on camera, you're gonna be on a mic, all that shit. He's got to do that.
yeah.
Because that's the only thing that was bullshit about what he's doing is like you're taking shots and like ruining people's fucking jobs and days while you're just like. I'm a gym teacher, It's like
Right.
no, fuck that. I would have doxed him immediately. The minute that like he really like was making my life a hard time, I would just be like first, last name, picture, and job. Here you go, internet. Fuck off.
We just talked about KFC Radio. Again, if this is the first rundown, I guess we'll talk about it more. We just talked about it on KFC Radio a little bit. What do you think? How do you think he is received in the office if he comes
Which one?
in New York? Like, do you think like Kelly has said in no uncertain terms, she's like, I will kill him.
Yeah. And I believe her.
I was gonna say I would not want that.
I believe her,
The
yo.
number one reason he's going to
I don't know
Chicago is
why.
avoid that smoke.
That-
It's one thing over the internet, it's another thing in real life.
But if he is
Kelly will
if he
put a
really
hex on
is
you or some shit.
dodging rundowns, and maybe he has reasons, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. If
You
he's-
can't be that whole shtick he did and then be like, I don't want to do the rundown. I don't want to do radio. I
Yeah.
don't want to do podcasts. That's
There
like,
must be something to it, because otherwise I feel like Dave would just revoke his full time. If you're like, well, you're not,
Yeah.
then fine, you're not full time anymore.
right.
Because I do think, yeah, if you're gonna do like the play to comment section stuff, you gotta talk. You gotta be able to do it on camera. You gotta be able to do it to the people.
I also don't even care about it as much interpersonally within the office. I just think that people who have like problems with each other should go on shows and talk about it.
Hash it
Yeah.
out.
Like
That's
Marty
what-
and Titus should go on a show together and talk
That's-
about
that-
it.
That's what- It's
How
still,
long do
it's
we
still
have?
the fucking time slots. It all goes back to Barstool Radio. We're still doing time slots on YouTube. I just can't stress to this company enough how much that doesn't matter. It means nothing, zero, zip, nada. But he was mad that he had to start his show an hour earlier.
That all stems from that.
Yeah.
There was-
Well, I know
But
that
there's
was a
stuff
part
before
of it.
that though.
Okay, that's what. Because I
There's
thought I
stuff
saw
before that about their about like Marty or Titus and Tate had Jake Marsh on their show and they were like, yeah, like something about like the other show with Rico and Marty being a circus. They're like, how we could get you away from the circus or something like that. And he took umbrage.
they've taken shots
They've-
at Pick Central, and
And they butted heads on stream.
And I think don't like each other. Brandon left Pick Central to go to mostly sports, and I think Brandon openly was like, "We're trying to be better than you."
right.
And I think they wanted Brandon to do Pick Central remotely for, when he was in Chicago, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do a new show or something. I don't know.
So yeah, there's some drama there. That's what sucks about not having Barstool Radio is like, that's the place to do it. It's
Yeah.
one central like neutral site basically.
Yeah.
You're not coming on my show. I'm not coming on your show. It's just for this, and then hopefully you hash it out and.
Well, hopefully Kirk,
not like-
Dave, Witt.
I don't think they're gonna though like those three. You think those three are gonna have like Tate on? I feel like they're gonna do their show, and they're gonna talk about stuff. But I don't know if
I
they're
think they should have Tate on. They should have the people who are arguing with each other on the show and fucking hash it out.
I think so too, but I think that like,
Or we have
if,
them on
if,
Crossfire.
let's say if Kelly, Nate, and Tate are on a show with Dave, Whitney, and Kirk, who's doing most of the talking there? You know, I feel it's more like them talking about Barstool than actually having those people on. Maybe I'm wrong.
I would venture to guess you're right.
But just because they're the three biggest fucking personalities, and then you're gonna have, people are gonna be like, I want to hear Dave and Whitney talk, not Tate and Nate talk. There needs to be, a spot where
Tate and Nate sounds like a good show,
I said the
though.
Tate and Nate connection, man.
Well, again,
they're very similar.
We just talked about the whole thing on KFC Radio, and I didn't realize that Tate had left Barstool Idol because he couldn't perform on camera. Which I guess he gave a different excuse.
There
but,
was
it seems to be that he left because he couldn't perform on camera.
He was far and away the leader in Barstool Idol. And then there was you had to do stand-up. You had to do like a 5-minute, just do something. Could be stand-up, could be whatever. But his performance bombed totally.
Yeah.
And the next day he was like, I'm pulling out of the
because but going into the Barstool Idol, he had done. It was like he got in because he had won 2 competitions before. And it's like, oh, this guy wins every competition he enters. And so when it was clear, it was just like some random competitions, and we just made it into a thing. Like, oh, he always wins a competition. And then when it was clear he wasn't going to win this, I think he bowed out so he could be like, I still won the competition. I think that was kind of the...
Whatever it was, I just know
underlying
he was
vibe.
the leader, and I was like, this guy's very clearly going to win this competition.
And then he did the
bombed,
live
and then
shit,
bounced, and was like, I have a job, and I can't be on camera.
Right.
It was like, you didn't say that before you were doing this, so I don't know.
Exactly.
So that is, some people can write really well. I mean, Nate and Tater, it might be the same exact person. Some people can write really well, and maybe it doesn't translate to podcast or video. Maybe it will with him. We don't know. We have to find out. But I would think he needs to do something in New York. But I don't know. Maybe you're right. I feel like Nate and Kelly would be like, what are we supposed to do now?
I said that before, remembering that they'd offered to do a rundown. So maybe they would.
If there was an official offer to a rundown and Tate said no, that needs to be a serious knock on his.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
right
what the
now.
tweet says. I don't know. I haven't spoken to anybody. I don't know the ins and outs of that.
Should we call Nate real quick?
Or Tate Dog? Should we call Tate Dog?
Let's let me do a FaceTime with the dog. Nate's gonna be like, I know you're not putting me on camera. What's up, dog? It's me. What? He says. It's John, Rone, and me on the rundown. True or false? Was there a rundown? Did you extend an invite to Tate to do a rundown, and he said no?
John Rich did.
Nate. So Tate did not decline it. John Rich declined it.
No.
Oh, John Rich extended the invite. Okay.
Yes, and then he said he doesn't want his name or face out there until March 11th, and then he said that he would disguise his name and face, and he didn't reply or something like that. I don't remember.
John Rich here?
The details.
No.
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
Well, it's the first rundown since.
We gotta. What are you guys talking about? Everybody's saying that. This is how Barstool works. You talk about it, and then people talk about how the reaction to it happened, and then he got hired full time. This is gonna go on for like a year, Nate. What are you talking about?
But yeah, he declined.
So he did decline, even with a face and a voice altering.
He declined that, and then that night he did a video with his name and face. So I don't know.
Oh.
So you think he's ducking you and Kelly specifically?
I have no clue. I've stopped paying attention.
Do you think?
Has the dog been neutered? What's going on?
Yeah, come on. What are you talking? You guys can't do all this and then be like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, no. It's like we were down, but if he's not gonna interact or whatever, there is nothing to do.
Yes, I agree with that. But then how come you're not like this fucking pussy talked all this shit, and then when we said let's talk about it, he ran away?
Because I assume that there's teacher reasons or something behind it, or I mean, you can't be
But he-
this in the mud.
But he's full time now.
Bro, it's not. What do you want me to do? It's Dave's company.
I would put the screws to him. I would be like, the fact that we were all wondering what the scenario is with this, I would write a blog or make a video being like, here's what happened.
It's not my company. Dave future reasons that he can't do it. I don't know. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm an honest, working man.
Speaking of hardworking, are we going to get Nate Fridays this week?
I don't know. Dave canceled it, so I don't
Well, Dave told you can't put it on the main account, or he told you cannot do the show?
This might shock you. He was not very communicative.
Because I've never heard Dave Portnoy stop anybody from making content. I've heard Dave Portnoy say it can't be on the channel, you can't put it on the main account, but I've never heard Dave say you cannot make a video.
We'll see how.
You could put it on Son of a Boy Dad.
There you go. Or you could put it on Nate Fridays, make a Rumble account right now, and you just have a new account that you're going to grow.
I will explore all options, including Son of a Boy Dad.
Because, you know, like, that's how you do content. You make content when people want content that's good, you put it on a channel, and the channel grows.
Yeah, no, I'm in the lab. We're talking with Dante the Don. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Do you think there's ever a chance for, like, a Nate and Tate connection?
Dude, we're all on the same team. We're all trying to raise $12 million a year.
That's good, Nate.
I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what you've been reading. When you need to take 2 private planes from New York City to Providence, Rhode Island, you got to do it. So yeah, if me and Tate got him, I'm not like Rico Bosco where he wouldn't work with Jeff Nadeau. I'm
Just
open
catching
to having
strays.
to work with- No, I'll work with anyone and everyone. You know, just we put our hard hats on, we put our heads down, we take the pick, and we just kick away until we make $12 million.
Well, you got to get that glitter for the star, right?
Well, the glitter's currently being FedExed to Cleveland.
All right, dog. We'll talk to you.
All right, have fun in Vegas.
See ya. I mean,
So 2 private planes is a fucking a wild
to
thing.
me, if I was challenging someone and they were ducking me, I wouldn't just be like, it's Dave's company.
He's like, well, we had to take 2 private planes to Providence, Rhode Island. To run around here.
Nobody does it better than Nate, man. Is that an official offer? You can put it on Son of a Boy Dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's great for everybody, right?
It does numbies.
Yeah.
It's like it will get out there. Why not? We're not scared.
There just needs to.
Not that Nate. I don't want that Nate on.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
like,
that's Nate. That's Eric.
No.
That's Eric. We want
I
the
don't
dog.
know.
We need Nate. We need that. That's
I
Eric.
just
He
do
just
what
listened
I'm
to Blink
told.
182. And he's just like sad about shit.
Yeah, I don't want that. I run this company.
Everything I do does numbies.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Until there's an open forum of some sort, though, where everybody can go into the Terror Dome and fight and then fall back, I don't know. Shit's just going to keep festering at this place.
We have a fight club on Son of a Boy Dad on Rumble.
Here we go.
Make it happen.
Here we go. All right. It's a long rundown. We're done.